Well, good afternoon. Today is Monday, July 23rd, and I have
Sophia.
a hijacker in the back seat. You gonna say hi?
Hi.
It's Alyssa.
No.
No? Oh, it's David.
No.
It's Kylie.
No.
Oliver.
No.
Sebastian.
No.
Well, who are you?
Sophia.
Sophia! I have Sophia. I missed her. I've been gone for 2 weeks. Well, I saw her at the cottage because we went to the cottage together. But then when I went to Minnesota, Sophia didn't go. She didn't go. She couldn't go. I don't think I told you when we were up at the cottage when the parking was really odd. And when I went to back up, I saw this tree. I saw it. I saw the tree. I saw it. And oh, look at, there's some junk for Denise to grab. Anyway, tomorrow's trash day. And so when I was backing up, it was one of those where you had to go back and then forward and then back and then forward and back and then forward. And I kept doing it. And I saw the tree. I knew the tree was there. And did I not hit the tree? I hit the tree. And then it was funny because there were some people sitting on their porch at the cottage. And when I was driving by, I rolled my window down and I said, "Did you see that?" And they go, "No, what?" I says, "You didn't see that tree jump right in front of the back of my car and made me hit it?" And then they started to laugh and they said, "Oh, we saw that. We kept seeing you struggling getting out and we kept thinking to ourselves, she's going to hit that tree. She's going to hit that tree." And sure enough, you hit that tree. And I said, "Yeah." And so she said, "Well, we didn't want to say anything because we thought you'd be embarrassed." And I go, "It takes way more than that to embarrass me." So I said, I really thought I had it cleared, but obviously I didn't. And so then Christy was just coming back from, they were in town, and when she came up to the point, I've told you before that I hit a stop sign. I hit a patch of ice. I don't know if I ever told you that story. I was coming home in the winter from work, and I hit a patch of ice, and I went into a slide, and I couldn't do anything but just try to control it. And I slid right into the stop sign and took the stop sign out, damaged the front end of my car. And so then I called the police to report myself because it's on a street where the kids are going to come home for school, and I didn't want anybody not to know that there was a stop sign there. And so then they said, "You're calling on yourself?" And I go, "Yeah, you know, because the stop sign needs to be replaced." And they said, "Well, stay where you are, we'll send an officer." And so I was sitting there waiting and waiting, and I saw the police officer coming. And I saw him coming, and I thought to myself, you better slow down or you're going to hit the same patch of ice that I just hit. And sure enough, he hit that same patch of ice and went into a slide, and he hit where the stop sign would have been and went up on the lawn. And then he backed up and parked his car, and he walked over to me and he said, "Obviously I can't give you a ticket since I did the exact same thing." You know, I said, "Well, I was just concerned about it." And he says, "Well, you probably get a bill from the Department of Public Works to replace the sign." And I go, "That's okay, that's why I reported it, that's fine." He said, "But I'm going to put something on my report saying how icy it was, and you might not get it." I never got a bill. But anyway, I didn't want to get it repaired because I had a $500 deductible. It was only going to cost $400 to repair. And I thought, I'll just put that off. So I duct taped it with some Gorilla duct tape. And it matches my car. And it looks so nice. And I kept saying, I'll get it fixed, I'll get it fixed. Well, now 8 years later, well, not even 8 years, 6 years later. 6 years later, and I still haven't got it fixed. And I still have the duct tape on there. And the duct tape's still original duct tape. So that Gorilla brand duct tape really does work. It's a little promo for them. But anyway, so when I was driving out, Christy rolled her window down and she said, "You're gonna need some more duct tape." But it didn't do any damage to the back of my car. I was really surprised. I didn't hit it that hard. It didn't leave a dent or anything. It had a little bit of a sap stain on that, but I was able to rub that out. But anyway, Sophia and I did go for a walk this morning because it was raining. But when it cleared up a little bit, Sophia went for a bike ride with Kylie and got her shoelaces stuck in the wheel, and she was laying on the ground like a helpless little creature. And then dun da 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 da, dun da 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 da. Who came to save you?
Super Grandma.
Super Grandma came and got her all untangled and fixed her all up, and she went back on her little bike ride. But anyway, now we've got lots to do today, don't we, Sophia?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to, where's your favorite store?
Kroger.
Kroger's. And why do you like going to Kroger's?
Because they have little
because they have little shopping carts for the kids. And then from there, we're going to the bank over at Kroger's because I got to get my money so I can bring it to the other bank over at where I pay all my bills from. And then I'm going to go to the post office to check to see if I got mail. And then where are we going?
To the library.
Then we're going to the library because Sophia wants to check out a book. And
also today we're going to my library.
Oh, and then today she's going to her other library too, so she's going to 2 libraries today.
And I have my own card.
And she has her own library card at her other place, by her house. She doesn't have a library card by my house, so she'll just use my library card.
And my mom has one too.
And her mom has one too. And then where else do we gotta go? I thought there was someplace else we were going. Oh, I forgot it. Darn! We were gonna go to Kohl's too, but we'll do that tomorrow. Because I had something I had to return. And I knew I was forgetting something, but we'll do it tomorrow. Today is my godson's PJ. His real name is Patrick, but I gave him the nickname PJ. And then from the nickname PJ, I gave him the nickname Peach, because I like to give people nicknames. And, well, what's going on here? You go on vacation and they change everything around. They got all these containers here now. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, it's his birthday, but he doesn't watch my video, so he doesn't get a song. But I did text him and wish him a happy birthday. I didn't completely ignore him on his birthday. You can't do that. And I think everybody is at the store today because it is pretty darn crowded. I'm going to have to park in another lane, not my favorite lane. And anyway, so it's starting to warm up. It was a little cool this morning. It was cold yesterday. We had to close the windows. It was that cold. But today it seems to be getting a little warmer.
I had to change my outfit.
Sophia changed her outfit because it's not as cold as she thought it was going to be. And we're going to park right here. So I'll go back to showing you my food. I haven't eaten yet, but I will show you what I eat. So talk to you guys in a bit. I'm back from showing you. Now I'm back. I'm going to start showing you my meals again. So here we go. I'm going to eat my breakfast. So I started my day with a prayer. I drank 60 ounces of water. My quote is, it doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you don't stop. And I have no intentions of stopping. 23 smart points. I got my berries. Yay! 0 for my berries, my banana, my grapefruit tea and water. 2 points for my slice of toast. 2 points for 2 teaspoons of peanut butter. And 4 points for my 1 ounce of pepper jack cheese. It's an 8-point breakfast, so I have 15 points left for my dinner. Those berries have been calling my name. Okay, it's dinner time. I had some chicken left over from my Alice's spring chicken yesterday, and a tomato and cucumber. The onion soup didn't look the greatest, but I put a slice of provolone cheese on there and it didn't really melt very well. So it doesn't look that good. But I tasted it. It tastes better. It tastes better than it looks. That's all that matters. So it's 8 points for that onion soup with a slice of provolone cheese. I do have a little piece of bread on the bottom of it. Not a whole slice. 0 for my cucumber, tomato, tea, and water. And I'm figuring 7 points for the chicken left over from yesterday. So I hit my mark, 15 points. I'll show you that because that looks better than the soup. Okay, the night is coming to a close. I went outside after dinner to do some weeding, and I was just going to do like this one little patch, and then I went to that little patch, and then that little patch. And since I've been gone for 2 weeks, I had to do a lot of deadheading of my plants because they were looking sad and droopy. And you never got to see my shirt today. Look at Canadian Takeout. And it's a bear dragging a guy out of a tent by the campfire. You didn't get to see it because it doesn't really show. But anyway, Sophia and I never got to the library because I was only going to get a couple things at Kroger. And then a couple things turned into more things. And then when I checked out, I thought, boy, my bill seemed awful high. I didn't think I got that much stuff, but then I thought, you know, I haven't bought my berries in a while. Maybe my berries are not as cheap as I thought. So while I was in line at the bank, I was looking at my receipt, and the man in front of me at the meat counter, I was getting some chicken because the chicken was on sale. The chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breasts were on sale for $2.99 a pound. So I got 3 chicken breasts. And anyway, he was getting some kind of sirloin, some kind of steak that was those little round little steaks. They're like about that big, for $18.95 a pound. Ooh. And they rang up like 4 or 5 of them. And he said that was too much, and he didn't want to spend that much money. So he caused a commotion. They got the manager, so they had the manager go cut him some nicer looking pieces of meat because those didn't look nice to him. And blah, blah, blah. So I got my chicken, and when I was looking at the receipt, she rang up my chicken as the steak at $18.95 a pound, or $18.49 a pound, because it came to $19.72 for 3 pieces of chicken. And I'm thinking, nah, I don't need that chicken that bad. So I brought it back, and she was very apologetic. And it actually only turned out to be $3.25 because I just had a little over a pound. They were small chicken breasts. So I got 15 something back, so that was good. And then, oh, somebody's texting me. They gotta wait. You guys are more important. They can just wait. So anyway, then by the time we get done with all of that, and Sophia hadn't eaten lunch yet, and her mom picks her up about 3:30, and it was almost 2 o'clock. So I said, well, Sophia, let's just go to the library tomorrow, because I knew she was going, as she told us, she was going with her mom tonight. So we'll just go tomorrow and get that done. The onion soup actually tasted better than it looked. It didn't look the least bit appetizing, but it was very good. And I stayed on track. I didn't do too well yesterday. You know what? That's the same Outback that I went to the last time that I had a problem. The one by Christy's house I just missed. She had just left because I was going to have her pick it up and bring it, because that's a really good Outback. I like going to that Outback. It's a little bit out of the way, but there's so much construction on the road that gets her there. Going, not coming back, but going that way. There's so much construction that we just didn't want to fight all of that. So we thought we'd give them another shot. And you know what? It's not even 3 strikes and you're out. This is 2 strikes and they're out. I won't go back there again. It just really wasn't worth it. But I don't like to complain, but here I am complaining. So next time I'll catch her sooner than later. And then when we were up in the Upper Peninsula, I saw Chuckles, which I love Chuckles. My father used to bring us when we were at church. We only had 1 car, and so we either went with my mother or my father. And I always like going, well, I didn't always like going with my dad because they were building the church and you had to pay a dime to sit down, to sit in the pew. And my dad said he wasn't going to pay a dime. So we had to stand. But our reward for being good at church was after church he would bring us to Cunningham's, which is like a little drugstore. It had a little soda fountain that you could sit up, you know, like up at the counter and get like a malt or a sundae or something like that. And he would bring us there, and if we were really good in church, he would get us a small Coke and a package of Chuckles. And if you were bad, you got to sit up at the counter, but you didn't get the Coke and you didn't get the Chuckles. So it just kind of brings back a happy memory of my dad. And so I saw the Chuckles and I bought them, and I ate them yesterday, and they were so good. They were just like I remembered it. I didn't realize, you know what, growing up I was really poor, and I didn't realize it because my family never really made me feel like we were poor, but looking back I know we were. I remember one time we were going to story time. But we would go to Boston, and we took the train because my dad didn't like to fly. And we were riding on the train, and we go at night because it was cheaper. And I wanted a pillow, and the pillows were a nickel. Just a nickel. Only a nickel. And so I asked my dad, I says, oh, can we get a pillow? It's only a nickel. And he says, do you have a jacket? And I said, yeah. He says, roll it up, that's your pillow. So I had to sleep on my jacket as a pillow. But you know, it worked. But I had fun going though. Anyway, memories. I don't know what I'm thinking of. I mean, probably because I saw my Uncle Bob, which is my father's brother. He looks somewhat like my dad. My Uncle Bob has really blue eyes. My dad had hazel eyes. And my dad didn't live long enough for his hair to go completely white. He died when he was 58. And I miss him. So, and my father would never let you take his picture, so we have a few videos that we have a picture of him going like that. But at least we got something of him. So that's why I try to get into as many pictures as I can so that my kids and my grandkids will have a memory of me. Who could forget me? I'm sometimes obnoxious. But anyway, I haven't watched any of my videos yet. I started to watch some of them on the way home, but I was having a hard time because we hit so many dead zones because there was no service. And so I didn't get to see as many as I would have liked. And now just being home, just trying to catch up on stuff around the house that